until 6 this morning. It's just a 1 or 2 minute delay. Inbound I-57 traffic moves nicely. The Foundation Ford Freeway traffic is getting a little bit congested approaching the merge. It's a little bit lighter than it would usually be at this hour. Edens is clear. Kennedy looking good. No delays to report yet on the Eisenhower or the Stevenson. Ryan is still okay. Tri-State, fine. Same goes for the Adams Tollway, Reagan Tollway, the Veterans Memorial. On Saturday and Sunday, Green Line trains will not be running between Ashland, Clark, and Lake. Track work. I'm Jim Alamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next in our 1 hour heating and air conditioning weather center. Cloudy, 42 today. We'll have clouds and 31 overnight. Rain and snow tomorrow, high 37. It's 37 right now. Next news at 6. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, best beans, best roast, best coffee.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
on AM 560. The Answer.
Dan and Amy, and we're here with our friends from Remke's Garage, the entire team, Joe, Tony, Julie, Remke. Folks, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning.
This
Good
is where
morning.
you speak
Thank
into the
you.
microphones.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Don't be shy now. There's three of you,
It's just like
okay?
having a conversation. There's just a microphone there. You've interacted with human beings before, haven't you?
Slightly.
So tell us, Remke's Garage, a great local business up in Marengo. Tell us what you guys do. Joe, tell us what you do.
We are a family-owned repair facility that specializes in light-duty diesel, and we specialize even more than light-duty diesel. We specialize down into the Sprinter and Isuzu market. We cover the complete market of Dodge, Ford, and Chevy, but people with Sprinters, which is a very good vehicle, have difficulties finding places to fix them. So since we're very inconveniently located, we had to be very specialized.
And right now, the Sprinters, I know a lot of people. There's a person across the street from me who moved out of their home because of the high property taxes and converted their Sprinter into a one-bedroom. Have you seen those yet? Those are, what?
Do you do Sprinter home conversions?
My brother's son is in graduated in the Coast Guard Academy last year, and Tony and could tell him all about that because him and Nick did that to his Sprinter van.
You can actually go to our Facebook page and our Instagram account and see the pictures of this all happening. So.
Isn't it crazy?
That's
it's
a way
great
to avoid
idea,
property
though.
taxes. You just got to stick and move in this state.
No, that's what they did. They sold their house because of the property taxes, and she said, "I can work remotely from anywhere. So why would I pay $24,000 a year to the city that I can't stand?" So she just has the van, and there's no property taxes. It's brilliant.
And she can travel wherever
Right.
she wants.
Yeah, there's actually a whole culture in that. It's called Adventure Van. And
Really?
they build these vans for themselves. And as Joe was saying, I actually built one with my son out of a Sprinter. And he's now stationed in the Coast Guard in Oregon. And
Does he live
goes
out of the
there.
van?
Yeah, he goes out with it and goes fly fishing with it and spends the night next to a creek somewhere. And it's really a neat adventure for him.
Oh, but I suspect, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the core of your business is businesses that have fleets of Sprinters and Isuzus, right? That's who you're actually talking to, not Amy's creepy neighbors in Lakeview.
Well, it's amazing how many the RV marketplace was a marketplace where people kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they got 38-footers and 40-footers. But now there's the market for little, very versatile RVs is grown exponentially. So our RV market is very, very strong, and the Sprinter does the best job with the 24 and under. I'm talking 24 and under length. So a large portion of our business is actually small RVs.
Interesting.
So actually,
I
like to agree with you a lot, Dan, but Amy's actually
happy to
Or
stand
you can say it,
corrected.
I'm right.
That's fine.
You can say that.
It's not just guys passing out candy from their van.
Yeah.
That's it's
We've
very
evolved.
good to know. Yeah.
We used to have one ourselves, and we traveled all over the country with it. And it was a nice vehicle because it was easy to drive, and we enjoyed just it going all over the place. And you can park in a regular parking spot.
We had one
That's
at Channel
what's
5.
nice
We had
about
one
it.
Sprinter live truck, and I loved it because you can stand up. If you're a tall person, It's a perfect vehicle. For
Dick
you.
Kay lived in that Sprinter van at BC5, I
Yes, he
believe.
did,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. So you mentioned this is sort of a niche market that you serve. So I assume that means at minimum you have to lead with sort of quality customer service as the value add.
We offer free drop-off, free pickup, so it's a convenience for them so that we'll drive. We have customers in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, coming from all over the place. And, we do pick up and deliver as much as we can.
Wow.
And we offer a loaner vehicles. So, we make it as convenient as possible to get your vehicle repaired.
How many people do you employ?
14. There used to be a time when people had extra employees to be able to drop vehicles off, but with the cost of being in business in Illinois, nobody has anyone to take care of their vehicles or get them someplace. So pickup and delivery has become something that's you almost have to do it.
Yeah. And so everybody at Remke's, wears all the hats.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, which is not atypical for a family business. And speaking of which, so Joe and Julie are married. Joe and Tony are brothers. How is it working with family?
Well, it's easy.
It's a fun family story.
It's easy for me because my wife, my sister-in-law, and my mother and my brother work on the second floor, and I work on the first floor by design.
Okay, so
Keep us upstairs away from him.
So Joe is separated from the rest of the family,
Yes.
and that's how it works.
But it works well because you have to understand when he's on the phone and there's conversations trying to go around, it's really hard to hear what the customer is trying to say. So it's best that, we are away from the main office anyways because we're making conversations about our website, what changes do we want to make, where are we going with our next mailing. So it's nice that he can not have us in that area.
And was it your father or grandfather that started Remke's Garage?
Our dad started the shop in 1966. He moved out of Chicago with his wife and mother and wanted to live somewhere outside of the city to raise his family. And he decided he'd start this shop, and he did. And Joe and I have been running it now for the last, working on 30 years. And it's been he gave us a great start. We're very, very fortunate.
That's great. Half a century in Illinois.
I always wonder why my dad didn't stop at 59 or Randall Road or 31. He just kept driving down Route 20 because I-90 wasn't there yet. Wow. I'm like, and then he found a cornfield where there was no inhabitants at all and said, here's where we're going to build it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had vision for suburban sprawl.
Build it
right?
and they will come.
And it was coming until the taxes got too high.
There you go. Remke's Garage, REMKES Garage.com. I remember. I'm going to come up with something. I got to be able to do that like Mel Torme, like scatting it or something to make it more catchy. Well, we're lucky to have you as a advertising partner. We're very happy to have you here in studio. Joe and Julie and Tony, the Remke's Garage team, REMKES. Garage.com, REMKES. You got to get the
Amy moment.
You got to get
so fun.
the syllables correctly. REMKESGarage.com. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
This is Michael Medved at michaelmedved.com for Town Hall. The Democrats seem determined to impeach President Trump without a single Republican congressman or senator offering support for their reckless assault. This hyper-partisan, ill-conceived course of action won't punish the president, who only seems to gain strength from the other side's impeachment obsession, but it will punish the country at large and damage public faith in our institutions. The Democrats stand no chance of removing Trump from office. They'll never get the two-thirds vote they need in the Republican-dominated Senate, so it's hard to see what they hope to accomplish. Most analysts suggest the Democrats mean to paralyze the nation for weeks in the vain hope they'll diminish support for his re-election bid next year. If that's what they're thinking, then the Dems are guilty of precisely the same approach they impute to Trump in the first